Hi everybody, good morning. It's Saturday. It's Sherry Capella from Sherapy, and I'm coming to you today with a message from my children's playroom, our downstairs, which is incredibly messy, just like my hair today. But here's the thing. Have you ever just felt like you have something you want to share with somebody and you don't care? You just sit down in your messy room with your messy hair and you share. So that's what I'm doing today. Today I want to share with you something that I've learned in the last week from my coach. I have a life coach, and as a life coach, I think it's important that we all have life coaches. But anyhow, I learned about this theory of being emotionally constipated. That sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Being emotionally constipated. But it's something that we do as moms. Now, obviously, my audience is moms because I'm a mom, I speak to moms, and I often teach what it is that I most need to learn. So this is something I needed to learn, and I'm sharing it with you because I found it to be incredibly useful to my life. Have you ever felt, and I have notes here, so you'll see me referring to it a lot because this last week was one of those weeks where I grew. I felt myself growing. But have you ever felt like life is just a struggle? You are struggling with personalities everywhere. You're struggling with conflict at every turn. Your pants aren't fitting. Your hair's not looking good. You get a pimple when you're 44 years old. Whatever it is, everywhere there's a turn. Every turn there's a struggle. And if you found yourself there, you could be emotionally constipated. Okay, Sherry, what the heck do you mean by being emotionally constipated? I feel that when we are in a state of constant struggle, that struggle is usually a sign from our internal guidance system that something is wrong. Our internal GPS is telling us something's wrong. And a lot of times it could be the fact that we're doing too much with too little. And that too little is that we are not spending enough time investing in ourselves. So kind of like when you have a headache. It's usually a sign that something's going on with your body. Your body's fighting something. You need to slow down and pay attention. You need to take an ibuprofen, you need to take a nap, you need to, whatever you need to do to fix your headache. The struggle is your internal GPS telling you, you need a timeout, Mom. You need to chill out. You need to reset yourself and possibly overcome this struggle. And so how do you do that? You need to do your own personal therapy, or what I like to call therapy. You basically need to get alone with yourself, either through a routine or just, once a week, once a month, if you just need it monthly, or daily. It could be part of your new daily routine. You need to, especially moms, this is geared toward, again, this means that you need to get alone with yourself, with your thoughts, close off the world, turn off your phone, turn off the radio, turn off the TV, get alone with your thoughts. Some people call this meditation. In my life, I call it meditation, but it started out with me getting alone time with myself. So basically, I would I wouldn't do this a lot because I found it to be incredibly selfish, but it's not. It's what you need to do so that you stop showing up as a version of yourself, a cranky, bitchy, dare I say bitchy version of yourself that puts everybody else off and receives nothing but struggle. You need to acknowledge that getting alone with yourself and getting alone with your thoughts is true self-care. Self-care is not a bubble bath. Self-care is not a manicure and a pedicure. All of those things are great as long as in that self-care you're alone with your thoughts, you're spending time with your oneness, your inner guidance system, you're spending time with God, you're spending time with your divinity, you're spending time realizing what's causing the struggle and how to tactfully do this. So here's where I'm going to refer to my notes. You need to talk to yourself. Get in a room and do your art therapy, your art therapy, where you get a journal out and you start journaling and asking questions and getting feelings out. This journal does not have to be a gorgeous book that you have just bought from the local, shop down the street. No, this can be a 59-cent Walmart spiral bound notebook. This can be the back of your child's homework that you brought home. Whatever it is, journal about it. It could be that you need to paint a picture. It can be that you need to sit down and draw a big doodle and take a, make a drawing like you did when you were a little girl, and get your emotions out on paper. Your feelings just need to be felt, and through whatever means possible, you need to get them out on paper, because otherwise it's stifled up inside of you and you become emotionally constipated, and it's affecting how you show up to your children, to your boss, to your husband, to yourself. You're robbing yourself of what you were intended and how you were intended to live joyfully. You need to, and this could be different things for different people. It could be exercising, it could be cleaning, whatever it is. While you're doing it, tune in to your internal GPS and start practicing asking questions of yourself and getting quiet and listening for the answers. Because you have all of the answers. You're just not giving yourself an opportunity to listen to them. And that right there is essential. I know it because I live it. Um, and start to see if this is helping you. You might not need a therapist or, like me, need a life coach. You just might need to carve out more time and to make better habits so that you can invest in yourself. And while you're in this place of self-therapy, diagnose your problem. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're complaining too much, and instead of complaining, you need to start doing more requesting or coming up with solutions, doing whatever it is to solve your own struggles. Maybe some things need to leave your schedule. If there are things that you're doing that you've said yes to, maybe you're saying yes to other people more than you're saying yes to yourself. And sometimes saying no to somebody else is saying yes to you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. It's easy. Watch. No, I can't do that. See how easy that was? Another thing that is, just consider it as me time. Live with intention. This is you living with intention. Wake up every day potentially. Spend 5 minutes before you even get out of bed. Don't put that phone on. You don't need to be on Facebook. Get the phone out of the bedroom. Have an old-fashioned alarm clock if you need to, or put the phone further away. Just have some me time, even if it's 5 minutes in the morning before the rest of the world needs you, and you go from being me to being mom to being a wife to being an employee. It's kind of like that, it's like that scenario with you're on an airplane and they say, parents, this is counter to how you work, but put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your child. What I'm teaching you today to relieve your emotional constipation is to put that mask on yourself first. How can you show up as the best version of yourself to everybody else if you're not feeding yourself first, if you're not putting that oxygen mask on yourself first? So this is basically that metaphor in real life. This is you investing in your soul, your inner self. And when you make an effort to feed that inner self and to have that moment of divine intervention and wisdom in your life, it reflects on your outer self through your physical being and through how you show up for your friends and family as the best possible version of yourself, showing up with intention. So be careful. This struggle is a sign of emotional constipation, and emotional constipation are just feelings that need to be felt. And they're not being felt because you're not releasing them some way. You just need to get some quiet time with yourself, with a journal, with God, if you believe in God, with the universe, just with your thoughts, with your divine knowledge, your inner GPS. It's in there. You're just not plugging it in and using it. So that's your Therapy Minute for today. I recommend getting started today. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be you making some progress. Have a great day.